There was no bigger high than watching the home run derby last night and seeing Covino and Rich. By the way, multiple times during the broadcast.
Yes.
Multiple times as they took in the home run derby. Now, the guys aren't here because, A, they're in Atlanta. They're taking in the festivities right now, just like they were yesterday. But they were also in for Dan Patrick earlier today as they were broadcasting from the All-Star game. So we're going to hear a little bit about their experience last night. But I recorded the home run derby because I wasn't going to be able to watch all of it through. So I saw the beginning, saw James Wood lead off.
Yep.
My 4-year-old is learning to swim, so we got him some swimming lessons, and so we were doing some of that stuff. And I go and I look on my phone, and Jason Stewart has sent me a clip of Covino and Rich in the outfield. And so then it kind of went like wildfire. So I'm like, great, I'm going to go and rewind. I remember Byron Buxton was the batter.
Yep.
So then I see that, I'm like, wait a sec, that's a different angle from the one that Jason Stewart sent me. So multiple times they were bushwhacking during the home run derby last night in Atlanta.
I feel like you and I had the exact same evening, except you were with your 4-year-old and I was out having margaritas, because I also stopped after James Wood, put it to record, and went out to dinner, and then came back and watched it, already knowing that I was going to see them on screen. And then the first time I saw them, and obviously one is wearing Yankees and one is wearing Mets, so it was easy to kind of catch them. And I thought the same thing. I was like, that's not the clip Jason put up. How many times are they going to come up? And so it was really cool to see them. I mean, it's just those idiots. They were having such a fun time.
They were in the Byron Buxton sweet spot.
Yes, they were.
Because that's where he was launching his home runs last night. We want you, if you're a big Covino and Rich fan and maybe weren't able to catch him this morning, here was a little bit of the guys explaining what it was like to be basically, I feel it's target practice. Like, I really is. Like, when you look at how those home runs are flying off the bat, and I just feel every fan is a sitting duck. Mm-hmm. So they were in harm's way for a good 2.5 hours last night, especially when Byron Buxton was at the plate. This is what Covino and Rich had to say about their experience in the bleachers last night for Home Run Derby.
We go to the Derby with our credential. We have our press pass. We don't have an actual seat. So I say, Covino, follow me. And I just sort of go to left field, walk down the aisle, and I'm like, all right, I see some empty seats in like the 4th or 5th row in left field. I'm going to sit there until someone tells us to move.
And guess what, Danny G?
No one ever came.
The girls never came. Nobody ever told us to move. Now, Rich and I have never caught a foul ball or a home run out of all the games and derbies we've been to. Never. Yesterday, 2 balls came right at us. Literally 1 seat behind us, literally 1 seat in front of us. But the feeling of that ball coming at you, it's like a very intimidating feeling because it's up there forever, and you feel like the chosen one of 55,000 people, like, oh, my God, it's coming here now. One came closer to Rich than it did to me, and he said he'll tell you. He chickened out
There was part of me because so the one in front of me, someone in the row in front of us caught one. It was too shallow. There's no way I could have got it. The one that the guy caught right behind me, I second-guessed. I'm like, if I would have jumped, I think I could have got a hand on it. But then I'm like, everyone's going at each other. If I jump, someone's going to body check me, and I'm going to go over a chair.
Go over the chair, Rich.
I am right with Rich Davis.
I
am right with Rich Davis on this. I know I'm a Covino guy, but I am right with Rich Davis. The way that they talked about leading up to the home run derby with the balls coming at them, it was a frightening. I knew I got looks. And you know what I wanted to say, Jason Stewart? Pause.
Pause?
When they talk about that, you think you have all the time in the world. It's only because time slows down.
Yes.
And so you have a millisecond to respond.
Yes, yeah.
And I think, Rich, you made the right call. Get out of the way. You don't know. All of these, MONSE, none of these are cheap. These are all rockets being hit at you. There's not the ability of, let me just snag this one. Maybe I can bare hand this one. I am while being a Covino guy on most days, I am totally with Rich, and I agree wholeheartedly with him chickening out in that scenario.
I'm glad he admitted that he chickened out because when I read that, I hadn't heard it until right now, but I read the story, and I was like, of course Rich chickened out. He was worried he's going to throw a hip out, that he's going to do something, but I will say I'm not judging them as hard because they didn't have a glove, right?
Yes.
So that makes a difference. Like, naturally, if I have a glove and there's a ball coming in my direction, I'm climbing over you, over the next person. I'm getting this ball. Just naturally, if I have a glove. If I don't have a glove, I may reassess my decision. But it all happens so fast, like you said.
There was a point, and this is Covino did put on a blue Geico big glove, and that was in the clip Jason Stewart had. In the first one that Buxton hit that we saw them on TV, he did not have a glove. Now, granted, I think these are inflatable gloves that are 18 times bigger than a regular glove.
Right.
So it's not like you're going to snag one. However, it would cushion the landing of that meteorite that's aiming for your head.
Yes. I wonder if now Rich is like, man, I should have gone for it. What if I would have got it?
I am on Team Rich. You know why? Because there are like 80-some home run balls, even more than that. Is it worth sacrificing breaking your hand for it?
Maybe.
And for a guy to not be able to play softball like he does?
Okay, fine. You're adding a layer to it. You're right. He does still play. You're adding layers to it. You're right. The home run derby, you just get so excited. You know, being in that, you see all these home runs that you want to partake in it. Even like, I feel like naturally you would go for it without wanting to go for it.
I'm gonna say this, and I am curious on the thoughts because I think there is the bigger picture. Are you a Rich Davis and would get away, or know, would you stand in for it? Sorry to use Rich as a verb here, but when I saw the clip at first, I know they talk about the bushwhacking and stuff, and the Bushwhackers, the old WWE tag team, magnificent. But when I first saw them, I'm like, oh my gosh. They look like little school kids. They're in their jerseys. They're having a great time. It's like, oh, my goodness, a baseball almost came our way. And then I thought, that's awesome that they look like school kids. And then when they did the Bushwhacker stuff, even better. Like I tweeted it was magical because it truly was. And to see those guys for how much they love baseball, to see them rocking their teams, I think it's cool when you have – they're both New York guys, and Covino's the Yankees fan, Rich is the Mets fan. To see them have that joy and excitement, and what better place to be if you're a baseball fan than an all-star game. Yeah, the whole thing was just great. And I'm not saying that because we're filling in on their show, but it was really cool to see, even though at first I was like, guys, chill out. And I'm like, no, don't chill out.
Don't chill out.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And I thought that even before seeing them, like seeing all of these, whether it was a father and son, but the minute you catch that ball, the excitement over everyone around you, everyone's excited for you. It's a weird feeling because it's like, again, nobody cares about the final score. When you're at maybe an away game of your favorite team and there's a home run from not your team, you're like, oh, and then the ball's coming at you and you don't know what to do. Here in the situation, all the home runs, everybody wants them. Every single person wants to get one. There's pure excitement. It doesn't matter if you caught it, the guy next to you, the sun. It is such a cool vibe to see everyone so excited. I cannot believe they got down there. Here at Dodger Stadium a few years ago when we had the home run derby, Dodger Stadium, you can go to the pavilions and walk around on a regular game. They actually held security, and you couldn't come into that section even to stand in the back. You can only come in if you had a ticket there. They really kept it, secluded from the people, and I thought that was smart. So I was surprised to see that they were able to get down there, and then nobody stopped them. Because at Dodger Stadium, when we had the home run derby, the pavilions were locked down. You could not come in unless you had a ticket there. On a regular game, you can go in there and walk around.
We have a surprise guest. Brock Purdy signed an extension the last time we had him on the show, live from the All-Star festivities in Atlanta. Rich Davis joins the show talking about the highlight of last night. Rich, I know I've said I'm a Covino guy, but I'm with you. I'm getting out of the way.
Rich!
I'm getting out of the way from the ball last night.
It's not so much that I got out of the way. It's just that there's so many people around you reaching up with gloves, One of them was definitely in front of me. I had no shot at. But the one where the guy right behind me caught it, he was 6'6". He was a big dude. And he caught it with one of those big-ass blue gloves. And I was like, if I jump as high as I can and then I fall, my back hits the chair, or if I get knocked over, I'm like, you know what? I don't need the ball. We just want to do the Bushwhacker. I'm like, I know I can catch a fly ball. But I think the funniest part, I just heard Monse say, I literally just walked with purpose and made it seem like I was going where I was supposed to go. I had my lanyard on that had like all my credentials, and I just walked past the security guard, gave him a little like, how do you do? Like I'm supposed to be going there. I looked for 2 empty seats, and I was like, all right, I'll sit here with Covino until someone else comes here, and no one came.
I would say that the reason that no one was in those seats was because they would be like me and realize I'm going to get peppered by baseballs for the next 3 hours, 3 rows from the outfield wall. There's absolutely no possible way to do so. How did Covino get that blue glove? Sorry that I just interrupted.
No, you're good. You're good.
We saw you guys multiple times when Byron Buxton was up during his multiple rounds. Mm-hmm. How did Covino end up with a blue glove?
Oh, he snagged it because he wanted to give it to Aaron Judge.
Stop.
No, it was sitting there, and someone goes, "Is this yours?" And it was one of those, it's like a bobblehead sitting around. If no one claims it, he's like, "I'll take it." And I think Geico was just handing them out if you gave up like your email address or something. But yeah, we had a purpose, Dan and Monse. We got down there, and the fact that right-hand hitters stayed in was the key, because when lefties are up, it's sort of like a snooze time, and you're just watching. By the way, O'Neal Cruz looked like his balls were moving out of that stadium more than anyone. It looked like he had a different swing than every other human.
It looked like that watching it from home. Now,
did? Okay.
How fast did you know that you guys were on TV or on the screen? Did you immediately get a text from somebody? Because like Dan said, you guys kept coming up.
Immediately, like all our friends and listeners are like, "You idiots, there you are." And like, honestly, it's Covino and I agree. It's the one time of year where we feel most like school kids, and like I think Dan even said, we look like little schoolboys in our jerseys. And
you did?
Yeah, I thought, come on, guys, be cool. And then I thought, nah, that's not the way to be cool.
No.
Like, you guys were awesome.
No, but it was fun. Thank you guys for giving us love with that. But yeah, it's definitely doing that stupid Bushwhacker at the Derby. It's a Covino and Rich tradition. We've probably done it 10 or more times, and each time the goal is to get on TV. And the funniest part is, we've had our own TV shows, but that's more exciting.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Also great to know that Truist Park has great Wi-Fi connection, that you can get all those texts and not find out after the fact that that you're on TV, because in a packed house, you never know how that's going to work out.
Right. It was a great time. Thanks.
Yeah, are you headed to the game tonight?
Yeah, we're actually we're headed early right now. We're going to interview Zach Brown, who's going to be doing the national anthem, and that'll be on our bonus podcast this week, I believe, Overpromise. So we're headed there early, then going to grab some food and watch the game. So we're headed there now.
All right. Enjoy it, Rich. Thanks so much for the entertainment last night.
Yeah, don't steal anyone's seats tonight.
Later.
Rich Davis. He's the Rich part of Covino and Rich here on Fox Sports Radio as they were taking center stage last night. I know Cal Raleigh won it, but still, it was about Covino and Rich last evening.
It really, really was. And Cal Raleigh, can we just talk about the best moment for me in watching the Home Run Derby was honestly Matt Olson, because you wanted him to get in right there in the first round, and he only got to, 16? But it was like everyone was obviously rooting for Matt Olson to get in, or he ended with 17, but he didn't have a home run that went as far. But because it was Atlanta, everyone there was like, come on, get in.
Brent Rooker was mad.
Right. Well,
yeah, like
that. Yes. On the broadcast, they said it looks like we might have a swing off when it happened, right away when they ended with 17. And then they said, oh no, he's in by less than an inch. And I wondered if did the broadcast know the rules, or are the players like, I don't want to swing off. You want me to do 3 rounds of this?
I think they made up a rule so Cal Raleigh would make it to the next round.
And you know what? I'm not even mad about it.
Yeah,
I'm not even mad about it. If Matt Olson didn't get in, it was in Atlanta, I wouldn't have been mad, I'm not even mad if they did put him in there and he ends up winning. That's what everyone wanted to see, the big dumper.
Something that was missing last night were young children getting peppered by line drives in the outfield, because it seemed, Jason Stewart, and I bring you in, that there were more older athletic kids playing, including one that robs home runs. Like that was amazing last night. But I know it's one of your favorite traditions is trying to see if anybody can escape serious injury and not be peppered by those line drives that don't go out of the park.
I don't know if it's my age or the fact that I'm a father or whatever, but I can't not think of it. The entire event that I'm watching it, I'm just kind of waiting. Not like eagerly waiting, but waiting for one person to take it in the face. Because no matter how much older they are or how much more skilled they are, everyone knows that when we played Heads Up, 7-Up, or whatever on the schoolyard,
good game.
The worst part is when somebody jumps in front of you, blocking your vision, and then you get the ball in the face. Now, if they have to take this poor kid to a hospital or even worse, like everybody on talk radio for the next week is going to be like, how did they allow these kids to be on the field?
Yes.
But it's going to take something like that for us to have that conversation. I'm the one who thinks about it the entire event.
I didn't think of that once.
And last night, I saw a couple of kids who were like, all right, they're either high school kids or they're college kids out there.
Yes.
And then the one kid robs Kevin Yarrow of the home run. Like that's the only rule that you have. Is to not
steal a
catch
home
the
run.
ball.
But just like I said, if I'm out there and I have a glove, I would go for it. If I'm out in the field, I would try and rob a home run. How great would it be
it's
for
in
your
DNA.
story?
It's in the kid's
your
DNA.
And it still counted, right? They said it counted.
Yes, it did.
For Covino.
Yes,
Yeah.
You're gonna tell Dale Earnhardt Jr. to not drive fast,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
Like it's who he is.
Yes.
It would be like if you're watching the 3-point contest and the ball boy that's supposed to mop up shoe wetness blocks one of Curry's shots.
Yeah, as he's in warming up. Oh, so good. Yes, that's exactly. You can't help it. You can't help it. When you're out there.
I just great. Somebody wrote like you had one job. No, he did his job.
He just
didn't do it correctly.
Or why
He was
not?
able to field the baseball, just not as it's about to soar over the fence to add to his home run total in the final.
It was so good. It was such a fun home run derby. It was so fun.
How does tonight top it?
Well, you get to see Tarek
Oh, you knew exactly where I was going.
And you get to see Paul Skeens to start things off, so it'll be good.
It was a good night. I think that we're more jacked because of what Covino and Rich were able to experience as well.
Absolutely.
But still, it was fun. You had drama. You had a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah, it was good flavor last night. There also is a point with it, and I think that we can all agree, and it's something that MONSE and I even mentioned yesterday. She went to the home run derby at Dodger Stadium. When was that, 2022?
2022.
And I've been to about 4 home run derbies throughout my broadcasting career. There's a point where you just want it over. You don't know where you are, but you're just like, okay, this has gone on like too long now, and you're just waiting for them to play out the string. But there is a point where you're still invested, and for some reason, when I look on my TV guide that pops up on, we have DirecTV, it has a 2-hour window from home run derby.
Yes.
Never in the history of the home run derby has it been anything less than like 3 hours.
That's true.
I tuned in at like I don't know, it was like 7:45 local time out here, and it's like, all right, here comes Cal Raleigh. Like, they weren't even done yet. Oh, goodness. Just make it bigger. So that's all we ask. I'm talking about the window on your DirecTV or however the TV guide.
You are not wrong. I set it up to record, and it was like extend, and I was like,
Yes.
extend, because this is not 2 hours.
I'd like to extend 180 minutes, please.